Welcome back, everybody. We have a very exciting video.
He got me!
Because we have a special guest, and not just any guest, a Swedish guest. Yeah, those are chickens in the back. So when I called him up and I said, hey, I'm gonna do something that reminds you of Sweden, he says, what? Unless you're gonna take me to IKEA, I don't know what it could be. And he said that kind of as a joke because basically what he's saying is nobody knows anything about Sweden, which is kind of true. I don't know much about Sweden. I'll look it up on a map. And because he's showing up an hour or two late, it gives me some extra time to sort of research a little bit about Swedes. So here I found this website, Working with Swedes, 5 mistakes you should avoid. Number 1, being late. Ooh, punctuality is key in Sweden. Ooh, okay, never mind. Sorry, let's just skip that one. Missing coffee. Coffee is very important. Make sure you have to go to the coffee place. Make sure you show up and all drink coffee together. All right, so when he gets here, we'll make a cup of coffee. That's the first thing. Some fika, as it's called. Fika is no laughing matter. Invading personal space. Swedes have a greater need for personal space than most nationalities. How closely should you stand to someone who requires some judgment? Don't give him a big hug when I see him. Come here, give me a hug. He's not French, you know.
Oh la la.
Filling the silence, don't feel any pressure to fill the gaps, okay? Awkward silence is all right. Swedes tend to speak when they have something to say.
I feel like the temperature is closer to fall than 1 week after fall.
And don't necessarily feel awkward or uncomfortable with silence. Okay, so this is the opposite of Americans, because as soon as it gets quiet, we just say the first thing that comes to our mind because we feel uncomfortable. That's why we talk so much about small talk, like weather and sports, but you know, sometimes when you feel awkward and you just feel the need to say something, you just will say something very embarrassing, which happens to me a lot. Rushing to invite. Many Swedes like to keep their work and private lives separate, so wait to be invited. Don't invite. That's weird. I mean, somebody has to make the first move, right? And otherwise, we're gonna end up like those futuristic Japanese cartoons where, you know, they're battling giant aliens in outer space, and anybody could die at any moment, and it could all end just in the blink of an eye. But still, for some reason, the male and female protagonists are too shy to talk to each other, or make any move at all. Don't be like the Swedes, Japanese. Gives me an idea for a new series, actually. Swedes in space. So now that we know everything there is to know about Swedish people, they don't like to chat in general, but they will chat over coffee. Don't get close to them, be on time, and don't invite them out to places. So now that I've learned all of that, I have invited Lukas in Taiwan, I believe, over to have a Swedish experience. And by a Swedish experience, I mean we're gonna drive up into the mountains and we're going to look for maple trees. Because one thing that happens in the fall in northern countries is that you get this beautiful fall colors, this foliage. And it's actually like an event, you know, it's the autumn season. It's something that you expect to happen during that season. You know, there's some emotional thing and memories. So I thought it would be a nice nostalgic experience for Lukas. And of course, because Taiwan climate is so different, our autumn is January and February, autumn in Taiwan. So we're gonna take him up, not all the way up to the Sumakusa because it's too far, but I think we can get up into the mountains a little bit. I think if I can even show him one maple leaf, he'll be excited because he lives in Taipei where there are no trees. Now look at that. If it isn't the world famous Lukas Angel. Come here, give me a hug.
Of course, of course.
Wait a minute. I've been reading online trying to figure out how to blend in with Swedes, and it was all like, don't talk to them, sit far away from them whenever you're like on the subway or something.
Yes, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I thought a hug would annoy you, but you're just like, yay, hugs!
We're friends. Like
okay.
Once you break that first like stranger barrier, we're very huggy.
Okay, so Swedes are more like stranger danger and then get huggy. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Awesome place, man.
Thanks.
I have to say that the chickens threw me off a little bit.
Yeah, we have a lot of chickens here, but we get fresh eggs. If you want, we can go get some fresh eggs right now. So these are like monster chickens. These things are huge. Look at this prehistoric. I know, right? What does he feed these guys? I'm learning how to behave with Swedes. It's not as complicated as I thought. But if there's one thing I learned, we need some fika.
Oh, yes.
Haha, all right, got one thing right. And the stronger the better, right?
You want coffee too?
Hey, come for fika. Yeah, so this is how I'm doing it. Basically, in Sweden, because it's a very rural, undeveloped country, every family has farm animals.
Did you get the chickens only because you knew I was going to come here today? Or is it like...
They're like rental chickens. It's really complicated paperwork for, you know, like, because if you eat one, you get like a big fine. I did that just for him because I know that in Bern, where he's from, they really have lots of chickens.
No cheers?
Coffee? I'm so excited to be doing this on scooters. I really wanted to do a scooter trip. Yeah, it's drizzling a little bit, but it'll be okay. This is the Force, huh? That's the updated
S-Max.
X-Max. I was considering that.
I'm quite a big guy, right? And I thought, I'm gonna buy the biggest scooter. How do you turn, you know?
I got good news for him because we're going up in the mountains and the roads are completely straight.
Sounds perfect.
I got this 180, this bad boy. I have taken it everywhere. Only thing wrong with it is this little thing I gotta fix. It's a very comfortable scooter, but my legs are smaller. It's so much fun to ride. Had some good times on this bad boy. Well, you know, I had hoped for a sunny day, and the weather said it was gonna be sunny, but it looks like this is what we got. We're just gonna have to make the most of it. My favorite cho tofu place, and they're closed. It's okay, let's stop here anyway and see what we can do. Because you're Swedish, and I know you guys like stinky fish. You know, I don't have stinky fish here. The next closest thing is stinky tofu. I wanted to give you that. Can't drag you away from here.
I know you're hungry, Shohei, but come on. Too beautiful not to take like a million selfies.
I really wanted to eat there, give him the Swedish experience, and so we don't have stinky fish, which I know he loves.
I feel like Swedish people loving the stinky fish is like even a bigger stereotype than we always eat at IKEA, you know?
And you dance around in wooden shoes, right? How's your fika?
Amazing. I didn't want to say anything at your place, but in order for it to be a proper fika, it actually has to have some cookies with it.
Oh.
Otherwise, it's just a coffee.
So fika does not mean coffee.
No.
What does fika mean?
Fika means that you have a coffee and like a snack. It's not about like only the coffee or only the food. It's about the whole like 15-minute break with a friend, drinking coffee, eating something, and just having it.
So only the half a fika before, and now we have the complete package.
No, before it was a cup of coffee.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't even qualify as half a fika.
Wow. So polite, but now the honesty comes out.
Because now I have it. Now I know
didn't.
like, you delivered.
Well, now we're learning. See, like,
You're learning more and more about the Swedish culture now.
yeah, I'm learning how to be Swedish. That's what I set out to do today, and I think I'm accomplishing that.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like the cold weather really helps a lot, actually. I would like to say that Sweden have just as amazing, beautiful scenery, but sadly
Probably does in the north.
No, it does in the north. There's like covered with snow. And in Sweden it's also like, you know, now it's like 2:30. In Sweden, January 5th, 2:30, it'll be dark already. So it's like, but growing up, you don't realize that it's only Sweden, or like, I mean, other countries too.
No,
but like,
but set latitude.
yeah, exactly. But you just assume that it's everywhere, you know.
In Israel, we just have two seasons. We have a dry and wet, with 6 months of no rain, not even like a drop. Yeah.
It sounds amazing though.
It is
It's
amazing.
like, yeah. It's not really Sweden, but I'm still having a lovely day. And I'm very happy that you took me on this adventure.
Welcome to Kualang Sabuhu. So I realized something. I don't actually need to take you to see colorful leaves. I can take you to trees with no leaves on them at all. And then you'll feel like it's even more in Sweden.
Yes, it will just feel like it's 1 week after fall.
I feel like the temperature is closer to fall than 1 week after fall.
Swedish fall.
Yeah, Swedish fall, of course.
This is like it's almost Swedish summer.
I love this English. This is so great. Tainted brown, which is not a nice way to sound. It just sounds like you shat your pants. Oh, it's so good. I love that. Oh, I'm so disappointed. This used to be the best bridge in Taiwan and the most fun for taking friends on.
But
And then they fixed it.
it was broken before.
On this bridge, all the old school people, they'll remember this. So when you would walk over this bridge, you'd build up an electric charge. And then if you touch the side, it would shock you.
Oh,
And they used to have electrical tape over the whole thing of the bridge. Because, you know, you're walking and then there's like swaying and so you grab the side and go bzzz.
of course I wanted to take you onto it to shock you.
Sure.
Because what are friends for, right?
Exactly.
But unfortunately they fixed it, so now it's ruined.
If I'm hearing between the rows here, you had planned stinky tofu and electrocute me on this bridge. So I feel like the day you had planned sounds terrible, but just because of all your plans failing, we're ending up having a great time.
I mean, yeah, ask who, basically. You know, when my plans go well, I'm the only one who has fun. Hello. That's my best Swedish accent.
Was that Swedish? Hello.
Hello.
Hey, hey.
Hey, hey. Welcome to Sweden.
I have to admit, this could have been any Swedish forest park, actually. It's a Taiwanese fence. Other than that, I would say everything is almost spot on.
It's like the Swedish museum, so they put a fence around it, because you can look, but you don't touch.
Good, Swedish way. Follow the rules.
I don't want to let you walk too far, because it turns into bamboo.
Ah, yeah. No, okay, let's
I don't want to break the mood.
True. That's amazing. Yeah.
There's like a tree here, and that's the one with the 4 ones going up. Everybody used to go under it and like look straight up and take a photo. But look at this, we got all the leaves on the ground.
Exactly like this. If you just zoom in here, it's like how all the Swedish like schoolyards. It's gonna be like a lot of trees, open space. During the fall, it's just covered in these like dry, broken leaves.
Just watching your childhood like unfold
Exactly.
in
You
front of me.
just like play, and then like for no reason whatsoever, you're supposed to like break it off along like the branches of the leaf or whatever.
Taiwanese people, if you're watching this, I think we need to do some kind of a drive or something to donate toys to poor Swedish kids who have nothing to play with but leaves. Woo!
Look at that.
Leaf fight! Oh, right in the face! He got me! Oh. Never battle a Swede in a leaf fight. Man's had a lifetime of training.
Super scary though.
These
Yeah. Very similar color actually.
Swedish man falls to his
Swedish
death trying to relive his childhood, playing with maple leaves.
It's pretty close.
Oh, is this color maple?
Yeah, this color scheme is called Swedish forest.
That's amazing. It is orange and brown.
Yeah.
Look at that. How's your Swedish experience?
I have to say, you're delivering on your promise, Xiaofei. It's nice, but you keep talking about hot springs all the time, so you're kind of ruining the Swedish vibe.
We're going to the sauna.
As soon as like I'm like super close to like for a split second believe that I'm back into Sweden, Xiaofei is like, and there's a hot spring right down here. And it's like, oh, Xiaofei, you ruined it.
Yeah, ruined it with a hot spring. That's not something you hear often. It's like, well, you know, this place is really nice, but that natural hot spring just ruins it. So I should be calling it a sauna.
Liquid sauna.
Yeah, the liquid sauna. It's really great that I delivered on my promise, because my promise was kind of like a half-baked idea that I wasn't even sure would really work at all. I don't really know much about Sweden. The only thing I knew is that it's a northern country, so you have this.
What else do you need to know?
That's it.
That's it.
Nothing, yeah.
Yeah.
So what did we learn today? If you want to make a Swedish person feel at home, take them somewhere cold where all the trees are dead.
Yep.
Right at home.
Not dead though.
No, not dead. Barren. Goodbye, little Sweden.
Hey though.
Hello.
Bye bye.
Hello.